Selecting the next Secretary General. Reporting from the United Nations, I'm Frank Uciardo. UN Secretary General Ban Ki-moon will finish his second 5-year term at the end of this year. As for now, there are 6 official candidates campaigning for his job, 3 men and, for the first time, 3 women, and there will likely be several more joining that list. 4 of the 6 candidates are from the Balkans and include the former Yugoslav countries of Croatia, Macedonia, Montenegro, and Slovenia. The other candidates are from Bulgaria and Moldova. The UN's leader is chosen in a 2-step process. The General Assembly appoints the Secretary General based on the recommendation of the Security Council. Secretive consultations among the 5 permanent members of the Council, China, France, Russia, the United Kingdom, and the U.S., heavily influenced the choice of the new Secretary General. But Mogen Slikhatov, the president of the General Assembly, says this time the selection process will be more open and transparent.
There have been attempts, but never fulfilled attempts, to have an open and transparent process in the General Assembly itself. That's what we're doing now in close coordination with the Security Council, and their processes will come afterwards. We will have sessions, informal dialogue in the General Assembly with the then known candidates for the next Secretary General. There will be a couple of hours for each. They will have a written presentation beforehand. They will have an oral presentation of 10 minutes, and then there will be questions and answers from the member states, and, time permitting, also a couple of questions from civil society.
Is the idea of having a woman Secretary General gaining any traction in diplomatic circles?
I think so. I think there are a number of countries and a number of ambassadors here in New York committed to promoting the idea of the first female Secretary General. But of course we have no rules and regulations about it.
You have the Perm 5, which are very influential in this, and as I'm sure you know, over the years, there's been this criticism that the process doesn't matter. It's who the Perm 5 kind of do a secret backroom deal with, and that's the person they choose.
That's very much what happened all the previous occasions, and what we're doing now is not for sure a game changer, but it is a potential game changer. I mean, the general membership of the UN, the 193 countries, will have a possibility to assess the different candidates. And I think, that's my personal impression, that if there is a critical mass of member countries supporting a particular candidate over the summer, it will be much more difficult for the Security Council and the Permanent 5 to select quite a different person in their part of the process.
If somebody said, you are the sole person to choose the next Secretary General, what qualities would you look for?
The person in charge will have to be a very strong personality, a moral authority. You could call it a kind of secular pope, a person who can have the authority also in front of the Security Council to point when there is a need for action against emerging conflicts or crimes against humanity. A person with this very strong moral authority and political skills, of course, to negotiate with each and everyone, and at the same time having the capacity of steering this huge bureaucracy we are working with in the United Nations.
The first informal dialogues with the candidates for Secretary General will begin on April 12th. UN Update. Reporting from the United Nations, I'm Frank Uciardo.